Hello, my name is Annette Smith. I'm the lead author and series consultant for the PMs, published by Nelson Cengage Learning. Prior to taking up my current position with Cengage Learning, I was a primary school teacher in Hamilton, New Zealand. During that time, I enjoyed many years of classroom teaching and leadership in senior management positions at various schools. My official involvement with the PMs began in 1992, but the PM history dates much further back than that. It dates back to the early 1960s. The PMs have been used extensively in classrooms throughout New Zealand, Australia, the UK, Canada, and the USA since 1963. They were first produced by a small publishing house in Wellington, New Zealand, called Price Melbourne. This is where the letters PM come from. Price Melbourne was a partnership between Hugh Price and Jim Milburn. Hugh's wife, Beverly Randall, was the writer and editor of the PMs, which were written to support the original ready-to-read books produced by the New Zealand Ministry of Education. The PMs were successful for many years until the introduction of a shared book approach in the 1980s. The closely graded PMs fell out of favour in some school systems throughout the world. However, teachers soon found that the books that they were now using to teach children to read using this approach weren't enabling their students to take control of the reading process. The vocabulary and sentence structures that were used in the shared book approach were too difficult, and they didn't provide the support that children need in the early years. As the head of the junior department at a school in Hamilton, New Zealand, I could see firsthand that children were struggling. So, in the early 1990s, I contacted Nelson, who owned the rights to the PMs, to ask that they be reprinted. I sent a letter that outlined some suggested changes. These included the introduction of a harder cover and a title page, which made the PMs more of a real book. Another thing that I really wanted was the continuation of some key characters, for example Sally, and the introduction of some new characters and families who would reflect the diversity of life today. The company invited me to work with Beverly Randall to review and extend the series. We were joined by Jenny Giles, a teaching colleague of mine. In 1992, the PM Library was published and proved to be very successful, confirming that children need the closely graded levelling in the PMs. Since then, the PM collection has grown and now comprises more than 1,100 little books, teachers' guides, big books, and software helping children to read and write in New Zealand, Australia, the UK, Canada, and the USA. The PMs have also been translated into French, Spanish, and Danish.